Hello and welcome to another episode of the DGS Minute. In this week's episode, we want to assess how online learning is going and ways that you can ensure that you're supporting your student if you're encountering any challenges. We also want to talk about our switch moving from Thursday folder to Monday folder, as well as talk about some of our ways that our parent community can help support our Teacher Appreciation Week, which is coming up in a couple of weeks. And finally, our May 1st art contest, which is going to be the Friday celebration that we have following this Friday celebration, which is of course our talent show. First, let's talk a little bit about assessing online learning, how it's going. I think we can first step up and take a more macro view of how coronavirus is impacting Colorado and how it's impacting education. We're getting some conflicting information. On the one hand, Governor Polis is kind of lifting stay at home and transferring that to safer at home, but then that's being conflicted by the fact that the virus is having some of its most impactful days on our population. And then we also know that Governor Polis held a call with all the superintendents in the state, telling them to prepare for the possibility of online learning beginning next fall. And I say all of that because I just think that if you're experiencing online learning, the only mindset that you can really have is that it is possible that this could be the way that we are doing learning, not just right now, but possibly into next year. So we need to make sure that it's working. We can't just have this mindset of we're going to be done in the summer and that's that. We need to make sure that we're preparing ourselves for 7th grade and also just preparing for, are we a good online school? Are our students doing a good job as online students? And so with all of that, for the vast majority, just looking at our parent surveys, looking at our student surveys, the workload, the learning, it's landing. You know, the most popular answer for which class isn't working well from our students was by far, all of them are working. I don't have a problem with any of my classes. While that is the case for the majority of our students, there are some students that are experiencing some challenges. They might be more used to be getting teacher help in the classroom. If they were confused by the directions, this teacher can visibly see that, and then they walk over to that student and re-explain the directions, but we're without that support right now. So if you are experiencing challenges with online learning, maybe it's that it's hard to stay focused, you're feeling the workload is unmanageable, just please make sure you're reaching out to a member of our behavior team, myself, Mrs. Miller, Ms. Phaedra, Mr. Morning. We're more than happy to support. I think that if you are curious about how your child is doing in an individual class, it's always appropriate to send a polite email to a specific teacher. But with this idea of having increased communication, and this came up in our Friday coffee and conversation, increased communication about what's going on in individual classes, we're going to be shifting our Thursday folder starting next week to a Monday folder. And the rationale is that by the time we got to Thursday, our teachers didn't really feel like they had the bandwidth to provide much information about what is going to be happening in their class next week, mostly because they hadn't finished those lesson plans. But if we shift to a Monday folder, we're not going to see updates from all the teachers, but we're going to see some more updates from some of our teachers about what students and families can expect in their class that week. So starting next Monday, we'll be having a Monday folder, and families can look forward to that. Speaking of teachers working on the weekend, designing remote learning, planning, we feel very fortunate to have such an incredible staff. All of our teachers are staying, and we know that our parent community is also incredibly proud and appreciative of this amazing staff that we've been able to put together at DGS Northfield. And with that in mind, and Teacher Appreciation Week coming up, I believe it's the week of like May 4th to May 8th, we want to make sure that we celebrate our teachers so that we can make sure that our teachers know how appreciative we are and that we can retain the high quality teachers that we do have. And with that in mind, Mrs. Miller and myself, we're going to be organizing some ways that the students can show appreciation for the teachers, but we know we have some parent community members that would like to show appreciation as well, and I have a link in this week's Thursday folder and in the Monday folder that will come as well, where families can sign up if they are willing to kind of join a team that's going to be showing some appreciation for some of our teachers, whether that's some time contributions or some financial contributions. And once you sign up on that Google form, I will be able to follow up with more. Don't want to give the teachers too much information right now so that they know what's coming. So we're excited for Teacher Appreciation Week coming up as well. Just some final news and notes, some things that are going on. This Friday, April 24th, is going to be our talent show. Really excited that we had so many students who were willing to record themselves and share a talent that they have. Looking forward to watch that video and then celebrate it in Friday Celebration to nominate our winners. That's been really fun, getting Friday Celebration going back remotely. But then the following Friday is our art contest. On May 1st, students can submit a picture of some art that they've done or an animation, anything. We'll be compiling that up and sending that out in a video. And that's been a really fun way for our community to get together.